Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in another episode, this time the Gaping Wound. I made sinister discoveries in the armory. First, the signals I was searching for originated from traitor marines who call themselves Roid Rippers and serve corn. Second, there is a warp rift at the heart of this cursed station. This gaping wound in the real space must be healed with fire and steel.
I need a status report, Tech Priest.
Warp anomaly shows signs of increased activity. Hostile presence is rapidly growing in the target area.
By the Emperor, those Void Rippers are returning from wherever hellhole they were hiding. The immaterium.
Rapid response advised.
Alright. So, apart from this,
Allow me to tell you that I regret the rash decision that I made earlier. We will discuss that in space. You must accept that I am an Adeptus Astartes. We go we slay who we wilt. Let the Emperor judge the righteousness of our deeds. During this mission, I will be the judge of the challenge. Right now, we shall destroy the warp.
apart from this wonderful set design we of course have in these custom missions, it is, of course, what I mean with custom missions here, of course, are investigations and not those randomly generated missions we have not played in a while, which is on the one hand cool, because I personally enjoy these kinds of missions a little bit more. I talked about that very often, because of course we have a little bit of story behind them and not blunt, well, how do I call it, farming or ranking up, stuff like that. So that of course is very wonderful to have. And on the other hand, it is so amazing to have Thorn with us. Of course that ain't no special treat. Of course he's dealing, I think he's really doing a lot of close combat damage, which is always very much appreciated. And of course he is a beefy damage dealing tank, and that of course is oh so amazing. As I said, these missions where you have, for example, Thorn with you, or you are playing, or, you know, not playing, but controlling a, whether it's going to be the tank or the Ray Bane Plate, which are very special missions, and there are not too many in this game, so I'm always feeling very pumped to have these kinds of missions right here. And not luckily, but badly enough, we have of course to deal with the Trap Flamer. In case you don't know that, I guess you know that, but these Flamers, of course, with the AoE damage are the living hell for our wonderful little constructs, the vivisectors. They deal a lot of damage to them, although I feel after I invested a few points.
Tech Priest, I need instructions to destroy the gate.
Analysis complete. Local immaterial intrusion has already destabilized the surrounding real space segment. Any further impairment could be disastrous.
Are you suggesting we cannot destroy the gate from this side?
Correct. However, active maintenance charms in the logs prove the existence of corrupted anchor machines on this level.
Wait. This outpost has been anchored to the real space by those re-arcane mechanical contraptions of the cult Mechanicus?
Indeed. Structural analysis suggests alternative approach. Destroy the machines instead of the gate.
I like the idea. Instead of keeping the outpost here, we should kick it back to the warp.
Coordinates X-loaded to your data slate.
And thank you very much for the X loading. So we have to kill all them enemies which are incoming. That's good. And on the other hand, I wanted to say I have over the time, of course, invested in a couple of skills, and one was, I think, I don't know whether it was heat or AoE defense, so to say, and that, in my opinion, really work wonders and is overall helping us, because whether it's going to be trap flamers or these nasty flamer guys, you always have these available, so that is very cool. So Thorn's HP are, so to say, stable right now. I am not certain whether I forgot that already, whether he's having...
We must destroy this nest of vipers, even if we obliterate all the secrets of Stormwatchers.
This is a tough decision. These halls are sacred, even with all the depravities we have seen here.
This is not negotiable.
Acknowledged. But I'd rather stay here and stem the tide of these void trippers.
I know you want answers, Sergeant. Don't let them fool you with their lies.
Trust me, Inquisitor. Only my bolter will be doing the talking now.
Where was my point? I don't know whether Thorn actually in this game has health regenerations. There were a couple of missions with, and I think even investigations, if I'm correctly, with our wonderful not close combat, but with our under high...
Inquisitor, Cogitator Beta 12 in your vicinity. You have reached the first of the sacred Empyrean anchors.
Now tell me how I should destroy this gargantuan machine.
Use of violent force deemed impractical. Access the Cogitator for manual control and initiate E-override canticle.
There have been a couple of investigations in the end with our high-ranking Inquisitor there, where we needed to defend some sort of objectives, I think one or two, and in these, of course, it was not very cool to have no health regeneration on those items. That is the very, very bad part, and we are technically in a world of hurt. Okay, the vivisectors are luckily following us. Without them, we would have been utterly lost here. That's good. I think the problem is we have lost our big guy there and lost ourselves. So the problem with the big constructs, which is right now following us again, of course, is that it is being repaired over time. Not over time, but once it is dead, and in that time it takes a few seconds to come up again. I am not certain. On the one hand, one problem was there were, of course, enemies coming from the left, which is not very cool. They can really be deadly. And on the other hand, I did not pay any attention to the constructs already destroyed, which led to, well, some sort of chaos and in the end our death right here. But luckily we have that done. I am not going to revive them. I'm going to wait for the big guy, which we have right now, because he's one more tanky bit.
May the Omnissiah absolve us from the tech heresy we are committing.
I had no other choice. The compliments have been logged.
And of course, these kind of events, scripted events, however you want to call them, you only have in investigations. And I think the coming down of the whatever construct that was, I have obviously not really paid attention there, looked very cool. It remembered me a little bit, to be completely honest with you, of the beginning of X-Men Apocalypse. I don't know whether you might, if you have seen it or not, I don't care. In the end, not the greatest Marvel, or not Marvel, but X-Men film there back in the day. It had in my opinion, an amazing opening scene where Apocalypse actually being transferred to another regenerative body, and some of the old Egypt guys, in a good attempt to be good, destroyed the pyramid. It looked very nice, and the coming down construct there looks like a little stone they were throwing down there.
Sacred anchor chamber. The protocol is the same, Inquisitor.
So as you see, a little bit problematic, because we, in my opinion, are completely surrounded. I didn't pay attention again here, which is not very good. Especially if you're facing, I think there were at least 2 Havocs, and you might know they are the real deal, especially those grenade guys. I don't even know whether the Void Rippers have the same, but you have seen how fast our constructs there have been taken down. So I will fire a little bit to the back. Still oh good, our vivisectors are constantly being dismantled here. I am still not certain whether we should go for AoE in the end. As you see, it sometimes is useful, sometimes not. And I'm not certain whether this would have been the right point to do so in the end. But very good. All the resistance now is broken. Not the close combat, but a flamer there. Reloading, taking this chest, hoping for no trap. I don't know whether that actually counts as a trap, but it did not do much. So, wrong direction plus wrong button. Sorry there. My mistake, of course. Okay, I would like to focus on the Gore-Forged Flamers because they are venom to our guys here. I think I'm constantly in this red mist in the air, or am overseeing some things that of course is not very good, and I am not so certain where or out of which direction, out of which trap all the bloodletters from the sides are coming. Are they being summoned there? That is the thing I can't get my head around, of course. So trap bolter down, bloodletter is going to be taken down. We could wait for a second here, which might be useful or not, because we need more data flux. In the end, that is actually a good point to take a look in the passive and the perks we can or might re-choose here in order to regenerate or generate more data flux. If I remember correctly, which I think I do, the data flux of course is equivalent if you go to our other Inquisitor with the fate points there, and we had or have a very high regeneration there, and that is in many points very useful. And there you see, that is the big part, but our big guy in the back, he is really doing some good damage, even though I need to get out of the way here, unless I want to be taken down quickly. So the warp talon needs to be taken down quick. Okay, resummon them. There's sometimes as you have to aim for the right enemies here as well, you really have to take a constant look on the constructs which need to be resummoned here, and that might look like we are going to die here too in a couple of minutes. That of course would be very bad for us. So Skulltaker, oh good lord, Skulltaker's down. That of course I see, I like to see, that's what I want to say. And I have the odd feeling that our inventory is full, and that of course is not very good. I should have cleared that out, mate. Sorry there.
Immaterial moorings destroyed. Warp fluctuation reaching critical levels. Immediate evacuation advised.
I'm not leaving without thought.
Illogical. The outpost is drifting into the warp, causing serious interference with the teleportarium signal. The Astartes is a valuable tool, but the calculated risk.
I'm afraid this equation is beyond your understanding. Prepare to get us out.
And that, in my opinion, is the right decision here. I assume if you follow the 40k universe there are, in my opinion, many Inquisitors which would just have been teleported out. So gladly we did that decision here, I think.
Recalculating teleportarium coordinates, factoring in warp fluctuations.
Hurry up, please. Some people pay for this techno-barbarian.
So we might be a little bit in trouble here. As you see, we have to fend off another wave, and Thorn has again a health bar on the right side, which means of course that that could get dicey here very quickly. I, of course, don't hope that. That one's down. We might be in trouble right now, unless I can get out of the way quickly here. Let's go a little bit to the back. Remember, this character doesn't want to be in front.
Stormwatcher! What a precious gift from the Blood God. Just wait until you receive my gift from the Emperor. The Corpse Emperor has no power here. I give you a truce. Take it as a gift. Once we were one, brother. Then we ascended and spat the disgrace of cowardice and confusion every. Shut your lying mouth, abomination. I will watch you bleed out with pleasure. Blood must be spent, yes. It seems that we were negligent. A mistake which must be corrected.
Stand down, Thorn. Take Priest. Take us out of here.
I will kill you, creature. I hope you will try, brother.
So, obviously, something for another time, for another episode, for... as I said, with all the investigations I've played, I don't remember all of them. That's too bad. So, what do we have here? Plus 50 debuff duration on enemies. But guys, that right now leads us actually to the end of this episode. In the next one, we will go with a clear inventory and talking to Thorn. For now, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually have enjoyed this episode, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.